Thank you very much. You. To today's presentation, an experience of lights, camera, masala. We're delighted with the kind of response that this generated when the book was launched in Dubai during the IIFA weekend. Without any further ado, I'm pleased to invite onto the dais Boman Irani, Abhishek Bachchan, Sameera Reddy, Mr. Ramesh Sippy, and the creator of Lights, Camera, Masala, Sheena Sippy. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Boman Irani.
Well, I was told, good evening ladies and gentlemen, I was told that Sabas has a sore throat and hence he has requested me to take it from here. But anybody who knows Sabas, nothing can stop him, not even a sore throat, from holding onto a mic for longer than we sometimes like him to. But thank you, Savas. I'll take it from here. Sheena has been a photographer who I have always envied. When I turned to photography, professional photography, a few years ago, and I used to look at her pictures, and I say this very honestly, I used to always try and figure out as to how she did those pictures. And I used to sometimes look at them in awe, and sometimes look at those pictures with envy also, and say, you know, maybe because she gets stars to shoot, so they automatically half the job is done. And it's a strange world. Last year when she asked me to feature in this book, I was thrilled because I would have had then a first-hand, up-close and personal view of how she took pictures, because I used to look at the pictures. Where's the light coming from? What kind of light does she use? How many lights does she use? How many assistants does she carry? And then she called me up and said, are you free for 15 minutes? I need to take some pictures of yours. And I said, look, I have to, this is something very important I have to do. I've got to go to my new flat because the Kadiya is coming over to very little time. So she said, I'll come to your new flat and take some pictures of you over there. I said, there's no electricity. So she took me to the kitchen of my flat with grey walls, and you know, I cannot express the fine art of photography that Sheena took and adopted, and took those pictures, made it painless, made it effortless, and for the first time in my life, I'm proud to say, made me look half decent. And it is then it opened my eyes to realize that you don't need 50,000 different types of lenses and 50,000 lights and 20,000 assistants to scream at what you did in those 15 minutes in my little kitchen, which is now over there. And now that it's going international and the world's eyes are on India and Indian cinema, from time to time it's so important for that to be chronicled, to showcase and show the world. So lights, camera, action, masala, beg your pardon. Lights, camera, masala is, in a sense, our modern day ambassador to the Indian film industry. I think that's the way I would sum it. We've got to go on. We've got some wonderful people to come up here and say fewer words than I did. So.
Welcome. Thank you all for braving this inclement weather. I don't know how many of you have actually managed to see the book, but it starts with my most favorite quote of all by Stanley Kubrick. And it goes, "The truth of a thing is the feel of it, not the think of it." And I think that really sums up what I wanted this book to be from the day it was a little idea in my head. And I have many, many, many people to thank for actually making it a reality.
I want to actually say thank you all for being here today. I want to say what an what a great privilege it's been actually to work with Sheena on this book. We're very proud to be its publisher. And I'm going to translate Sheena's creative vision into its present avatar of the book with her path-breaking design. Meera Ahuja was a project director. She skillfully managed a team of editors, production people to meet a seemingly impossible deadline. Ramya Sharma, Shanaz Basunia, Radhika Mulraj, the editorial support, and the processors, of course, that Sheena mentioned. They did a terrific job, the printers and processors. Pankaj, Ketan, and Ashwin of ReproScan, Khushru and Aspi of Jack Printers. But Lights, Camera, Masala really would never have happened without the support of our sponsors. I would like to offer my sincerest thanks to Adlabs, TV18, Idea Cellular, and Wizcraft. But above all, I had this saved as well for the end. Sabas Joseph, our Rock of Gibraltar, for pulling it all together. Thank you, Sabas. Actually, it's you who made the book happen. Thank you.
I have a very honest confession to make, ladies and gentlemen. My only contribution to this evening and to this book is that I have fathered this lovely young girl. The rest is really all her doing, and all the people who have supported her, who have all been mentioned, if I continue mentioning them again and again, except Sabas maybe. Yes, I thank everyone who's here for supporting Sheena, and I hope you all get an opportunity to have a look at the book and enjoy it, because I think it's really great. All the best.
Well, and the brother of Sheena, Rohan Sippy. And those with cameras are allowed not to clap hands. The rest of you, please go right ahead.
I'm not a writer-director, so I don't do speeches very well. So, but no, it's fantastic to see from the time that Sheena started speaking about this kind of dream, this quixotic mission, and how it's kind of coalesced and gone beyond, I think, even what she imagined it would be. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be here today with friends, family, and it's great to have had everyone's support along the way. Fantastic feeling to see it all culminate here at this cinema, which we used to drive by every day on the way to school and back. We probably passed it thousands of times, and it's a wonderful full circle to come back here and look out into the audience where we sat so many times. So thanks everyone for being here for this evening. It was always a dream to do that. You know, it was almost frustrating for the last 15, 20 years. We had seen movies. Every film is made in Bombay, but you never see it on screen. We're shooting in studios, in sets, and then Switzerland, everywhere. So just when this script came up, Sridhar and I talked about it. It'd be nice. And I was so lucky that the whole team, Abhishek, Boman, Nana, Priyanka, Ritesh, everyone worked like crazy, keeping in mind that Bombay would be... It was just so nice. Boman took us to Britannia. We had lunch there. Got to see this great Bombay. That's Boman telling us fantastic stories about the rooster.
My wife is here. Please don't tell us all the story.
So I should say cock or rooster. No, anyway, so there are tons of memories from that that fairly insomniac kind of period of our lives, and it's wonderful to see it all come together, and it's yeah, just wonderful to just talk about it right now. So I hope many more people continue to do that, and
well, it would be wonderful if you came on stage, sir, and said a few words in the spirit of things. Ladies and gentlemen, camera guys forgiven. The rest of you, put your hands together for Annu Malik, please. Well, the camera guys also clapping. I must have been very impressed.
Hi, good evening, everybody. And Boman has surprised me, calling me up on the stage, because I was pretty comfortable sitting right there and listening to the speeches given by eminent people right here. But I don't want to take this glory away from Sheena, actually, because people have been speaking about other topics more than Lights, Camera, Masala. And I would like to say that I had a chance to go through the book today itself. And I was recording, and I got a call from home that this is an interesting book. Why don't you just come and read it? I was there at home and I went through the book, and the best thing that struck me about the book.
No, I'm going to give the last speech so that the best, yeah. Samira, would you please come up here and say a few wonderful, beautiful words, just as you are tonight, beautiful and lovely.
Well, I'll make this short and sweet because everybody said everything I thought of. But in the book, what I love the most, and I must say, is the fan mail letter to Abhishek. Because the first time when I opened that book, I actually read that letter and I said, oh my God. Because I think we get these letters, but you have just captured it in such a beautiful, it's just stunning. It's like every word and the way it was written, and it's handwritten, and you literally feel like you're holding that paper that's in Abhishek's hand, and that's fantastic. That's the highlight of the book. When I met Sheena, I mean, I've known her before we worked together, but it was on the sets of Taxi. And Sheena's got the strangest way of shooting. And I was, the strangest, and I mean, it's fantastic to have someone who just catches you without you knowing it, because then they catch you in the real essence of who you are. And most, you know how actors are, it's like, oh my God, makeup and, mirror and everything, and we just want to look our best. And what's amazing is that the pictures that she got, without me even knowing what she's doing, are the best pictures I've seen of mine, ever. And even in the book, when she came home, and that's the same thing that happened to me, she said, oh, just put some makeup. And I said, oh my God, no, I need my 1 hour of getting ready, and what clothes are we going to wear? And she said, listen, it's not about the clothes, it's not about the makeup, it's about you. And that's what I love. It is about the person, and she makes it about the person. And Sheena, I love the picture, I love the book. It's going to do fantastically. All the best.
Thanks so much for putting it. He has a rejoinder ready, I know it. I can see it ticking in his head, never mind.
Wait for it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to start off by saying to Sheena, it's okay if it's about your family this evening. I just finished a Karan Johar film, so it's all about loving your family. There's my little plug for Kank. Moving on. Metro Adlabs, wow. Really. Truly unbelievable. Every time I've walked into this theater from a child, I've always got goose flesh, and the hair at the back of my neck always stood up. I was so scared that I was going to lose that sensation this evening. I'm so happy that I didn't. That was also partly because I was being escorted by one of the most beautiful women in the city of Mumbai, Shaira. But it's so wonderful to see what I consider to be the greatest theatre on earth, to retain its charm, its old world charm, and to just juxtapose it with today's modernity and technology. So well done to everyone, especially Pooja. And I can't wait till it's open and we get to come and relive the magic all over again, this time half asleep on the recliner chairs with popcorn, caramel popcorn as well. So thank you for having us here and for giving us a destination to reintroduce this book to you. Right, that's done. I'm just still thinking of a rejoinder for Boman, so I'm just buying time. A small story. I remember the first time I stepped in front of Sheena's lens was about 6 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, March 2000, on the first day of a movie which I was shooting with her younger brother, Rohan Sippy. The name of the movie was Kuch Na Ko, and Sheena had come to shoot some photographs. And she, like Samira said, is very quiet, doesn't like anybody to know that she's on the set, and shoots photographs and captures the essence of the person, which, if you know actors, isn't very beautiful. So I never enjoyed that aspect of hers. But you slowly grow to realize the genius of Sheena and the work that she does. I've seen Lights, Camera, Masala literally from this size. When Sheena used to roam around with a pocketbook of what she wanted this book to be. And she one day very excitedly came across on the set and said, "Oh, AB, look what I've gotten. You have to see this." I thought it was a Flickr book because it was so small. And I remember going through and I said, it's nice. It's a bit tough to read because, you're going to need a magnifying glass, but it's nice, it's sweet. I said this because when I flipped through it, there wasn't even one photograph of me. And the artist in me felt very bad. And I remember that day thinking to myself, it was in the early stages of my career, needless to say, which were very dark. Yeah, my movies are really hitting them out of the park. So I remember thinking that, I think I'm on the right path and doing something with my career the day Sheena puts me in this book. And little did I know then that 6 years later that she put me on the cover. So thank you, Sheena, for the reassurance and for the love and the support all over the years. I'm so happy that you've put this wonderfully pouty photograph of me on. This again is an outtake, which she's captured the essence of the attitude, which is very young, zestful, and in your face, because that's where we're going to be. We're not going to be apologetic about our cinema anymore. I think the Indian film industry has come of age. We're about to take the world by storm, and I cannot think of a better representation than Lights, Camera, Masala to lead the way and to show the way to the rest of the world. And best of luck.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Abhishek. Sir, yeah.